Good evening, everybody. It's Mr. First Down, your favorite Titans fan, and I am delighted to be here. We've got football on the TV. It is Minnesota and the Falcons. They're up in Minnesota. Falcons and them are trading some field goals. It is 9-3. Penix hasn't looked half bad. Would like him to look a little better, but hey, you're up ahead. That's all that matters. JJ obviously still struggling, but I hope you're all doing well this evening. We are ready to review this game that Tennessee Titans fall to the Los Angeles Rams 33-19, I believe. I don't want to tell y'all wrong. I had to restart my phone, so I have to start all over again with all this stuff. It's just been a day, an absolute day for me. But my first thoughts about this game as I dive into this is not shocked that we didn't win. They were in the Rams were in the NFC Championship game last year. They could go toe to toe with the Eagles, I think. So you're really kind of behind the eight ball there as far as that's concerned. The other thing is we all seem to be, 33-19 was the final score. We all seem to be a little chippy about what we think is absolutely wrong with this team. We think it's coaching. We think it's everything. We think it's a certain things. Thank you, Bodkins. Everybody check out the Bodkins show, especially if you like UFC. The boy does a great job. He's a great podcaster. Love him. They do stink, Bodkins. They've all got to develop 7 rookies out of 11. Hello, Carlos. I hope you're doing well. Good luck Monday night against the Bucks. Hope that goes well for you. But yeah, Bodkins is absolutely right. They stink. 7. They need to let Cam Ward spin it. I don't know, Bodkins. There were plenty of guys open down the field, and he didn't hit them. So I don't know. I think they kind of want him to spin it, and either A, he didn't get the chance to, or B, he just got sacked. So it's just where we are. But all in all, there were steps taken. I will take that game over the Broncos game any day, simply because the offense was more efficient in the field. And then the fourth quarter came, and Cam Ward's rookiness showed up. Didn't tuck the ball, got it knocked out, tried to fit it into places he didn't need to fit in. He could have just ran and gotten the first down. He didn't throw an interception, but there were a lot of it. He walked into 2 sacks. The guy was perfectly blocked, and he ran into him. Just things like this. And these are things that are going to happen when you have 7 rookies out of 11 on your offense starting up. Really disappointed in the offensive line play. Again, my entire right side is 2 new depth players because we lost Zeitler halfway through. So now my entire right side is in jeopardy. And it's just one thing after the other, it seems like. It's just compounding. But Taylor Zarzer, the new play-by-play guy for the Tennessee hold on 1 second. It's development. Titans kept it close to the fourth. He'll learn from it. I agree, Carlos. Everything was fine, and then it all kind of fell off the wagon all at once. Yeah, I was about to get to that. Trade Cam for Danny Dimes. Hey, good for Danny. I called it. I can't believe it. I said, I think it was my dark horse take. I think I did it on False Start Thursday. Check out False Start Thursday, a special edition of the Bodkin Show where we all predict our games for the week. But Taylor Zarzer, the play-by-play guy for the Titans, formerly was held by Mike Keith, and he has done a terrific job standing in. And he said it best. He goes, they are still developing these guys as they go. They're also not giving them, trying to overcrowd them with plays and this is everything and whatever we got to do. So they're trying to make it work. Okay. It's just not working because the players are not good enough or they're rookies and having to learn at the same time. But there are positives. I felt better about this game. Honestly, we were all walking out of the stadium saying we felt better about this game than the Denver game. They moved the ball and they made plays and they made it happen. And we finally got to see some throws from Cam Ward that were really effective. But people, I want to argue. I literally have like a novel from people where I'm going back and forth with them on stuff, and we have everything. Let's say you fire Brian Callahan, and you might. I think that might happen this year, but I think it's going to be down the road, week 6, 7, maybe even longer. Maybe they let him play the rest of the year because everybody stinks. Oh gosh, sorry, Joe Burrow on TV over there. If you haven't heard, Joey Burr has himself a bad turf toe injury, and he could be out for 3 months. That's horrible, horrendous for the Bengals. I really like the Bengals. I really like Joey Burr. I'm bummed that this happened. This is catastrophic for them. Hello, Kim. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got your Dutch Bros today. And a good flavor you like. Just don't take any more flavor suggestions from me. I like mine, but apparently nobody else does. Anyway, however, there were good things to take away from this game. But as Carlos, a good Texans fan friend of mine, check them out, by the way. We're just fans. And the Midday Blitz. Carlos, go ahead and tell me your shows, and I'll plug them for you, buddy. Excuse me. But Taylor Zarzer said, we're still in development with all these guys. And he's absolutely right. He's talking about we got all of this. And yeah, you did get your W. Kim, by the way, is a Arizona Cardinals fan. And she about let those Carolina boys get back after him. You let them have the onside kick, Kim. What are we doing? But hey, like you said to me last week, W. It's all that matters. I come to reiterate this to you, Titans fans. Nothing else matters this year but number one. Okay? Nothing else. Not wins, not losses, whatever. Is developing that quarterback, and he's getting better. He was way better than last week. Did he have his mistakes? Sure he did. And that's going to happen with rookies. But it's getting better. And how about this? Alec Iomanner from Stanford showing up today big. He had his rookie moments as well. So, you have to understand this is what it's going to be like this year. The depth on this team is trash. They're not very good. The rookies have to learn. And your defense is not as vaunted as you wanted to believe. We sit there with Jeffrey Simmons, and I know Sweat was out, and that definitely affected because they were running up the middle, and we have been very good up the middle on defense. Big Jeff disappeared. Stafford got to sit back there the second half and pass the ball whoever he want to. Not good enough at all. They are hitting. Look, you hit the reset button. Okay, it's the best way I can explain it. You hit the reset button, so that means there are consequences to that. Okay, if you really want to get away and build this team over again, you're going to be stuck with the bad contracts that you already have signed. Looking at you, Calvin Ridley, $30 million this year just for you to play like that. It's not good enough. And check out we'rejustfans.com. They're fantastic. They're very fun. But we have to understand this is reset buttoning, hitting the reset button. This is what happens. Okay. That's the name of the game. And I think it's really unique because now you have 7 rookies that are all having to learn together. They all have to learn the game together. They all have to get it together all at once. And that's a hard thing to do. I'm bummed that the O-line's not playing well. I'm bummed I've already lost 2 starters on that O-line that did so well during the preseason and have just absolutely whiffed. Cam has been sacked 11 times in 2 games. Granted, 3 of those were his fault. 3 of those were guy was perfectly blocked and he decided to run into him kind of thing. But it's just unacceptable is what it is. But it's a bad team, guys. It's a bad team. I wish it wasn't. I wish I could tell you something different. But when Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker got in front of all of us here, and let's be honest here, we have had all the previous GMs, used car salesmen, everything's fine. This is great. This will fix this. This will fix that. And they didn't, so they're out of a job. One of them traded A.J. Brown and John Robinson. We saw how that went. And Rand Carthon shoved Will Levis down everybody's throats. Just not good enough. So Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker come out at the beginning of the offseason for right out the gate. And they said the word over and over again to make sure you heard patience. It's going to take patience. It's going to take time. Now, I do believe they drafted good players. I really do. I gave this draft an A. I haven't given my own team an A in quite a long time. And they get out there and they say it again. They say it right before the regular season game. Some idiot, probably Jared Stillman. Don't follow him. He's awful. And somebody asked, "Is this team going to win a Super Bowl this year?" And Chad Brinker freaking laughed. He went, he laughed. And Mike Borgonzi gave this reporter the death look, and he says, it is the goal to win the offseason every year, but we have a lot of work to do, and that should have been the fair warning across everything. But for some reason, a certain group of Titans fans, think we can just like get up and we're just going to fly away. You are not the worst team last year in the league. And I'm sorry, you were the last team last year. You were the worst team last year in the league. Sorry, I'm tired, guys. I got a new desk, though. That's the new setup. That's what took so long. You were the worst team last year. You've got contracts from bad players that are still going. There are things you've just got to keep going. You got to churn through it. You got to get it done. What they're trying to do is take steps to get out of hell, okay? And that's what's happening. You got to develop these guys. They are developing. That's the big thing. They are developing. The front office told you it's going to be a rough year. I don't think the coach did. I think he should. But I can understand the frustrations with Brian Callahan. I totally get it. But I think we need to go back and really think, though. He was a good coaching hire for what you needed at the time. He was the right guy for the job. Last week, I think people are being too rough on him today. I thought he did a fine job, really, considering what he had as quarterback, kept getting sacked, or he didn't see an open receiver or anything. I thought he did fine. It wasn't the Denver game where he decided to go freaking rogue outside his own end zone. But that's just the name of the game, guys. That's how it's going to work. I know we all want to get there. I know we all want to make it work, but you just need to see some progression this year, okay? I promise you, we're going to get there. It's just not going to be right when we want it. Hopefully 2027, by the time the new stadium opens, we actually look like, a football team, But look around the league today. Lots of bad football. Lots of it. The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2. The Jets are playing better. They're still 0-2. This is how it's the NFL right now. The Texans, didn't score a touchdown their first game. They got to play the Bucs Monday night, and we'll see how they look in week 2. There's just a lot of bad things going on. And if you also look around the league, we're not the only team suffering through bad offensive line play. There's a lot of bad offensive line play. But it's just what you're going to have to go through for this. I can't reiterate it enough. This is necessary to go through all these bad things. This is necessary to teach the young man at your quarterback position how the position is played. And I know everybody wants to think that the Schottenheimer and the Cowboys are having their thing. Oh, yeah. They're talking about the kicker for the Cowboys. Man, would he put up a show? How about that game? The Cowboys and the Giants. Boy, the Giants of all people, man. They were going to fight for it. Russ, man. Russ is there. And they're coming across the TV now. 6 lead changes between the Giants and the Cowboys. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Crazy. Almost 1,000 yards, or it was 1,000 yards of offense after you added them both together from both teams. Crazy. A little disappointed that Danny Dimes, or Indiana Jones as he's called now, is flourishing. I even called it, and I was pretty upset. Should they cut the ball in half? Cam and Alec both got their first touchdowns on the same play. Yeah, I know. I said the same thing. I said, how are they going to take care of business there? You know what I mean? Like, I think that belongs to me. They're just like being polite and pulling it back and forth, Good rapport there between Alec Iomanner and Cam Ward. I liked seeing that. That was refreshing. So everything came apart in the fourth. You were pretty much in the game until that fourth, about 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Time to develop these guys. It's time to get going. The Colts are coming into town. Who would have thought they're going to be 3-0? I don't have high hopes for that, but it's a division game. You want to show your best. You want to be ready to go. Maybe it'll work out for them. Who knows? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. The defense wasn't very good today. Wasn't very good. Got to do better than that. They had their chances. Got to do better than that. That really bummed me out, how the trenches on the defensive side played. Don't get it. But keep on chugging. You're 0-2. So are other teams. You go pick up your ball and go home, or do it. If you guys really want to fire Callahan, and you could, I really don't. I mean, I don't think anything's going to get really better for you if you do it. I mean, it sends the message to the team. And as I said, if they do get rid of Callahan, then what, right? Denard Wilson, somebody like that? Who knows? Biggest thing to keep an eye on is injuries this week. Who's going to play or not? Yeah, Zeitler and J.C. Latham, they're desperately need them back. That right side was rough. Depth on this team is some of the worst I've ever seen, all the way down the board. They're so bad. You need your starters. You need your starters to play. I tell you what I want to see. I want to see Cam Ward take off. He took off a little bit today and kind of did this awkward slide, which I hated. Just run, buddy, and then slide after the first down line. Not this crazy diving slide thing. Especially the bootlegs. If you bootleg with Cam Ward, he can take off. I would like to see more of that. But yeah, I mean, that's about the game there. Don't know why the defense played the way it did in the second half. They just seemed lifeless for whatever reason. I mean, Puka Nacua was just lighting us up left and right. And I had three guys underneath running around, not making plays on the ball, and the guys over the top of him were too late. Oh, and poor tackling. Goodness gracious. It's bad. But this team, got to get it together. I don't know how else to say it. They got to get it together. If you want to get anything out of this season, this team needs to get it together. They need to develop these young guys and get it together. It is a tall order to ask, but that is going to be the necessary thing moving forward. And I, like you, am tired of losing, but I want to reiterate over and over again, the most important thing is getting that quarterback ready, developing it. In my opinion, letting Callie go wouldn't resolve much. I agree. Everybody's high on it right now. It always, you know how this is. After a loss, everybody loses their mind. Denard would be in the same position with Nick, who's never called an offense. Yeah, no, I wonder if that's the first thing to change. If they say Callie's still the head coach, but you got to give up your play calling duties. Howdy, Jerry. He says, hey, with 3 Y's at the end of it. Hope you're doing well today. We're just chit-chatting about the Titans-Rams game and all the other games going on, watching the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons go at it. That skull chant is so good, man. I love seeing the stadium do that. Love it. Anyway, I liked before the fourth quarter, I really liked what I saw from Cam today. Maybe, before the fourth quarter, because there was that awful bootleg he did, and he just overthrew the wide open receiver. He had 2 options there. Also, there were a couple of passes. I have to go back, and they'll do a lot of the film study. I will look at film. There were receivers open down the field about 4 or 5 times I saw that Cam just didn't see. Sometimes he was sacked before then. Some other times he was looking and just didn't see him for whatever reason. I think it should be more of Nick calling plays and Callie advising more. Yeah, I could see it. I think that's kind of the first move. Like, hey, man, why don't you not be calling plays? Try to find somebody to get enough rhythm going here. Though, like I said, I don't think he was that bad today. Some people do. Some people are just like, kill him, burn him, burn him. Officiating was rough today, wasn't it? Goodness gracious. That was some bad flags. Some on our game, that the blindside block that took away a punt return for a touchdown. Oh yeah, no, it was huge. I think I have it on the thumbnail that before the show. I said it's bad, but it's much better than it was. And the people I was walking out with agreed with me. They were like, "Hey, you know what? He looked a lot better there." So, is it good? No. Is it better? Yes, 100%. 100%. I believe that. Boy, it is 9-6. Atlanta over Minnesota so far. JJ McCarthy looking a little big ball by JJ. It's way over the guy's head. Um, who was who do you think is a bigger disappointment? Is it us? I don't think so. Or is it the Bears? The Bears, I mean, that's I did that. They have these things you can watch where the it just shows the plays, so you don't get a lot of the slowdown in between. The Bears looked rough. They looked really rough. Um, I didn't know if Dan Campbell was piling on the score there or what, but I love Exo Titans. Like, give me the comments. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. I think a lot is also the execution of the play when the offense can execute. It's not on Cali. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people get a little rough here. Like, oh my gosh, the Falcons just got the ball back. Oh my gosh, is he going to make it? Is it going to be a pick six or a fumble pickup? Nope, but he's at the 9. Wow, this game's going back and forth. Good stuff. Good stuff. But anyway, yeah, no, look, it was like the Denver game. Guys, the rookies didn't know who was catching the screen passes twice. I thought they did their sidearm slings today a lot better. Cam was certainly hitting them in the hands. It's just kind of funny to me because Cam's one of these guys I really thought would like take off at a moment's notice. No, he'd rather throw it. He had this bootleg, and there were 2 players open, DK and maybe Io Manor. He got out there and he overthrew him. He could have just run it in for the touchdown, but he threw it. It's interesting to have a rookie quarterback that would rather throw it than run because he does have that motor. Oh, maybe he knows like guys get hurt in this game. Running quarterbacks get hurt. Oh, they're putting it. They wasn't a turnover. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Is anybody else saying anything in the comments? Oh, there we go. Switching to the division talk. Indy is serious and looking to cause problems. Hey, this division's wild, man. It's bad, but it's wild. You know, we have Trevor Lawrence telling his coach to like, throwing his hand up in the air, whining, and then we have the resurgent Danny Dimes. Now, I called this. It was one of my dark horse takes that I said Danny Dimes will find a home in Indianapolis, and he has. He absolutely has. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, football is just nuts when you see something like that happen. A guy that we literally left dead in the water, and here he is. Here he is making it happen. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. BTJ is a huge disappointment so far. Could you tell me who that is, please? I don't know who that is referring to per se. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Who's BTJ, everybody? Love the Cam Alec connection. Yeah, it is something that needs to nurture. That needs to be nurtured and grow. First time since 2014 the Chiefs are 0-2. Yeah, okay. Oh, Brian Thomas Jr. Thank you. Thank you, Sauce. Thank you, XO. Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah. No, that's the other thing because everybody loaded up with him in their fantasy teams, and he gets out there, nothing. And then, I mean, boy, I don't know. If I was a coach and my quarterback like shoos me away with his hand, I don't know. I'd take that well or not. Man, the Colts have a really golden opportunity to take over this division. They really do. They really do. It's fascinating. Of course, it's against in my division, which stinks, but I mean, can't blame them. If you guys get it going, you get it going. But shout out to Shane Steichen and everything. Everybody left you for dead. Everybody's pissed at him for the AR debacle. Look at him now. Can't say anything against it. Yeah, they look good. They took it to Denver, and I know that defense is elite. I know it is. They punked them, And then, of course, they had some bad penalties. There were bad. If you go back and look at that Denver and Colts game, the penalties were just awful. Oh, they're horrific. They went against both of them at times. It was just a really bad officiated game. Um, you know, you just hate to see it that early in the year. I hate having games decided that way and whatever. And then speaking of refs, we always think the Chiefs get the calls or whatnot. Not this time. They had a call that ended the game for them. So I don't even know what to say about that, really. Whew, man. But yeah, if you're the Colts, you have a golden opportunity. Go get it. Go get it. And good for Indiana Jones. Absolutely. Restart yourself. If he succeeds there, if they continue on this trend and keep getting better and better, if you're the like Giants, you got to be like, what in the world? Of course, I think they should have cleaned house last year. I don't know what we're doing. What an amazing game today between them, though. I still don't believe in Russell Wilson. I think all he has is the moon ball, and everybody's like, it's amazing. Goodness. Lots of hard hits and running around in this Minnesota and Atlanta game. Lots of hard hits. Kind of makes you think was it Danny or Dayball. I agree. I think it's Dayball. I don't know. There are these people, right? I said I think Dayball should be fired. People still defend that guy. They're like, oh, but look at all the stuff he had to work with or whatever. Come on, he's been there for a while now. Danny Dimes was there for a while too. They couldn't make anything happen. Nice catch. Our rooks looked pretty good. Yeah, today they had a hard time in the fourth quarter, but yeah, they did. They did. That's a step up. That's what we were saying. It's bad, but it's improving. Development. That's what this year is. Development. I hate it for you. And now you've got to try to go against this Colts team, which is on fire, and your defense looked like it was reeling today. Like, try to figure something out. That's all I can say. Try to figure something out. By the way, Matthew Stafford, man, gets that ball out of his hands. And if you don't pressure him, he'll just pick you apart. That's what happened the second half. No pressure whatsoever. Disappointing. Anyway, does anybody else things to add here? Anything like that? I think we're all clear in the chat or whatnot. And I've made it to 28 minutes. Thank you guys. You made it to 28 minutes. I think I'm gonna hop on some TikTok live after this and chit chat with all the people, all that kind of stuff. But just remember, we are developing this team. We're building a foundation with young guys, and it's going to take time. I hate that it has to take time, but it's a necessary thing. It's got to happen. So don't drift quietly into that good night. Develop what you have and get going. Hold on one second. Jerry Bagwell, do you think Stafford would be reliable all year? If they keep him upright, I mean, I know that's a stupid answer. I could do better than that. I think so, unless he runs into a buzzsaw. Anytime we got close to him, he kind of tucked the ball and went down. So I think he's kind of taking care of himself a little better that way. He's definitely not running and like busting his arm and shoulder up like he used to. That's kind of thing. Kind of me. Oh, I already did that one. But yeah, let me see. There we go. I don't know why it moves my chat like that. Cheese Talk Pod, great show. I'm going to be on with him in October, I believe. He is fun if you're a Packers fan. He's fun if he's not a Packers fan. So he's always a good time. Bodkins is also a Packers fan. And I'll tell you what, let me tell you what I love about Nick Bodkins. He's so excited about his big run here for the Falcons. Oh, my goodness. I think that was Bijan. Anyway, so Nick, we're all excited for him. And I'm jacked for him. I'm like, the Green Bay has made the move that might put them in the Super Bowl. You don't make that move to get Micah Parsons unless it's going to put you in the Super Bowl. And Nick is like tamping down, not wanting to go too crazy. It's fun to see because I could see the excitement in his eyes. He wants it so bad. He wants it so bad. Man, we'll get there, folks. I know it stinks being a Titans fan, but we'll get there. Okay, trust these guys. Trust the process. Don't have to trust the coach if you don't want to, but I don't think anything is really going to change, even if you get rid of him. So it's where we are. Anyway, you guys can catch me. Cheese Talk says, "Go Falcons." What? How dare you hate Minnesota? So far, so good. Atlanta's trying. They keep having these big chunk plays, but they're not getting it going. Penix. Oh, good pass by Penix there. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Fanboys Unleashed will be live again on Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to line up a guest there, and we'll talk some football. And as always, I'll be on after the games as usual doing this thing. Thank you for spending time with me. Have a good evening. Get ready for your work day tomorrow, and I hope it's not a rough week for you. We got Monday Night Football. We got a double header. The Bucks and Texans go at it, I think, in the second game. I could be wrong there. And I don't remember who the first one is. Let me see. So, all right. Yeah, Buccaneers at Texans and Chargers at Raiders. I'm looking forward to that Chargers and Raiders game. I think that is a sneaky good game, an absolutely sneaky good game. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will catch you later. And everyone, have a wonderful night. Get some sleep, everybody. I'll see you later.